Hey y'all. Let me wait for some of y'all to come on in the room, honey. Thank you, ATL Diva, honey. I already started me off with a blessing. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. Misha, your Patreon midday updates. Love is blind recaps, and your unbiased recaps make my day. I have stolen your line on conference calls. Moving forward. I know that's right, girl. We'll get into it if you're gonna get into it. Thank y'all so much for joining me this Thursday night. We're gonna have a quick chat, a 1 hour live to discuss the married at first sight foolishness. I was gonna wait, but honey, I couldn't wait no longer because there were so many twists and turns and ebb and flows that I just decided that we should just go ahead and talk about it now. Now, let me just say my hellos to everybody that I can see. Hey, Pretty Brown Eyes. Hey, Nicole Brown. Hey, Angel in Disguise. Hold on. Hey, Belicious28. Let me get my comments together. Hey, Nicole Brown. Hey, ATL Diva. Hey, Esther. Hey, Shakira Rodriguez. Hey, Naomi. Hey, Hello Crazy Videos Productions. Hey, Dr. Ivy Pearl. Hey, Nika B. Hey, moving right along. Hey, Shamel. Hey, Melisha. Hey, Z. YouTube didn't remind me, but I reminded myself. I know YouTube is what's going on, honey. They don't be reminding people or giving them their notifications when my videos drop or nothing. Charlie be on YouTube. Hey, Miss T. Hey, Omar. Hold on, let me go on down. Hey, Sam Arlington. Hey, Lizzie CT. Hey, Stacy B. Hey, Rebel Jades Fire. Hey, Cool Mama. Hey, Trisha Dior. Her name is so cute. Hold on, let's get into it. Hey, Fam You Chic. Hey, Rashad. Hey, Glowing Butterfly. There are 91 of you in the room. Please go ahead and like this, for me, this is my decision day. and I've decided, and I've decided that I deserve for y'all to like this live. So come on in the room, like the live, and we're gonna get into it as we get into it. Omar, what you say? 1 hour. You know we're gonna be more than that. Nuh-uh, Omar, I'm tired. Truth is, I'm tired. Let me tell y'all something. I am pushing myself to the brink of extinction almost. Do y'all hear me? Because I am like putting so much pressure on myself to deliver over on Patreon. And then, Patreon is it's a little unforgiving because they tell you who's joining, but they also tell you who's leaving. And I'm like, oh, people leaving. Well, what did I do? So, it makes me feel some kind of way. And I'm trying to make sure that everybody's getting what they're paying for. I am having fun over on Patreon. We're having a good old time. Love is Blind recaps are on Patreon. And also, if you are a member, I also have Love is Blind videos for you guys, the reviews. But we are going to come together as a congregation on Saturday and talk about episodes 1 through 5 because y'all know 5 through 10 is coming out on Friday. And baby, I can't wait. Ooh, this Love is Blind is a fool. Do y'all hear me? Child, I don't want to get off track. Let me continue to speak. Hey, Deborah. Hey, Max Lane. Hold on. Let me go on down, honey. Hey, B Rain. Hey, Jaminique. Hey, Kia. Hey, Christian Capers. Hey, KO. Hey, Sandra. Hey, CA Cutie. Hey, Martha Harris. Hey, Vonnie. Hey, Lynn. Cam Lady. Jacasta Smith. Hey, y'all. All right, so we are going to get started because it's almost the 5-minute mark. Hello to everybody. If I didn't specifically say your name, I just want to go ahead and get into the live so we can get into it as we get into it because y'all know we got so much to talk about. Let's how I like to do these days. So let's put up something for us to visually see because it was so much happening, so many moving parts on this episode that I feel like we need to dissect it one by one for this good hour. Okay. So, if you are new here and this is your first live, thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Please, y'all, share this with a friend. If you're in one of those Facebook groups that talks all about the married at first sight, honey, just drop my shameless link in one of those conversations. Just be like, y'all, look, check out this review. Honey, I don't care where you at. You can be at the grocery store. Girl, do you watch YouTube videos? Well, honey, let me get your email address so I can send this to you. Okay, because I am trying to grow my community. And it's going, it's chugging along. I did get 500 subscribers the other day. So something is working. So I'm just hoping to gain more and more so that I can go full time. Well, child, without further ado, let's get into it. So y'all know this episode, honey, was full of foolishness. Okay. Wait a minute. Trisha said, before we get into this, did you see Monique Samuels is going to be on Love and Marriage DC? I did see that. And then it's like rumors swirling that Candace was fired or something like that. Child, it's a whole bunch of mess. And look, that's what I'm gonna discuss over on my Patreon in my midday mess. But yes, I saw the trailer for the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I think is going to be good. I'm excited about it coming back because I don't have any, like, my shows are not really showing right now. And I'm feeling like I'm not really producing, but it's like it ain't nothing on TV. So I mean, what I'm gonna talk about if it ain't nothing to watch? So I'm excited that that's coming back in March. Hopefully, Ready to Love will go away. Okay, because I'm tired of it. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just tired. I did see that. I'm excited about Love and Marriage DMV. I'm very excited about seeing Monique back on the screen and seeing what she brings. I hope it's not overly produced. Okay, I want it to be as authentic as it is over in Huntsville. Because if it's not, I will not be watching. And that's that on that. But anywho, let's get into it, y'all. Hey Deborah, thank you so much for the compliment. Thank you. All right, so let me make this big, child, because I want everybody to see. But let's just get into it. So we have here in your upper left-hand corner, the actress, okay, and Chris. Directly across from them is Jasmina and Michael. They're a riddle wrapped in an enigma. I'm completely confused. I don't know if I should be for them or against them. I don't know who's doing what. Is he really yelling at her? I don't know. Is she really the one yelling? Because she was looking like she was really about to get into it. So I don't know. Then down at the bottom, you have Lindsey and Mark. Now, mind you, Lindsey was giving it her all. Hazmat suit, everything, honey. She was really going in there to put them clothes in a trash bag. And before I just started this live, I had watched the after party because, after the show is the after party. And I was watching the after party so I could make sure that I had context for what I was saying on this live. And Lindsey just lied in my face. Lindsey, I don't like that. Okay, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Mark the Shark said that he did not lay you down before y'all went to that romantic dinner or whatever y'all supposed to be doing. Now, girl, you ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie to kick it. That doesn't make any sense. Girl, what is wrong with you? So I said all that to say I'm proud of Lindsey for going in that bug infested place, but that's probably because she can relate and whatnot. But Mark, I didn't appreciate you trying to put down Lindsay's place, honey. At least it's a clean place to lay your head down. Okay. And you talking about, well, everything just happened before I got married. Mark, that place was disgusting. Okay. So I don't know exactly what happened before you got married, but it was given very much the movie Misery, honey. It was disgusting. Thank you so much, Phil, for the super chat. Team Katina and Olajuwon / Isaac. Okay, in an uncertain turn of events, they ain't all that bad. Okay, they really ain't all that bad. I like me some Katina. Now, she might wear a wig from sun up to sundown, but I like me some Katina. Okay, the wig might be freezing. She might put a fedora on top of it, but I like me some Katina. She may sit there and look blank and cook one of my first meals, her spaghetti and her garlic bread. But I like me some Katina. Now, Olajuwon might get on my nerves a little bit though, Phil, because I'm gonna say it to you like this. I'll let you gotta cook. It's giving barefoot and pregnant. And I feel like Katina could potentially lose herself. Okay. And I don't want her to lose yourself in the music, the moment. Shout out to Eminem. I do not want her to lose herself. Okay. I want her to be who she is. I want her to be authentic. I don't think we're even getting the authentic Katina. I don't know if she just dull as a box of rocks or what's happening, but I don't feel like we're really getting her. Please don't try me. Thank you so much for the super sticker. Okay. So we're going to go couple by couple. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's see what I was doing. Let's just go in order of this slide. The first couple, why don't we just get hype when we first start and then we'll just bring it on back down. So let's start with Alyssa and Chris. First of all, Chris, honey, I don't know if you watching. I don't know what you doing, but I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Do you know how many times we yelled through that screen for Paige to stop talking like Tito Jackson and just admit that Chris was not the one, but she continued with the process? Do you know how many times I told Jacob, just leave old flat face Haley alone? It's not working. Please, no further humiliate yourself, honey. Just let her go. But Jacob stuck in there. How many times do we have to tell Bow, 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 boom, 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 boom? Shout out to Hurricane Chris. How many times did I have to tell Bow to leave Johnny alone? And how many times did I tell Rachel that Jose was going to continue to Jose? And none of them left. But Chris said, you know what? I'm going to take my frisbee and I'm going to bounce. Baby, he is done, honey. So a round of applause for you, honey. Like my little nephew say, a round of applause, honey. Ooh, child, that was good to me. And baby, she was doing all that talking. Pastor Cal didn't take his glasses off because he saw the bush. Okay, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my glasses on for this one so I can see straight through the bush. Okay, because we know you lying all up and through. And the fact that she could not muster up the courage to say, I mistreated him, I was wrong, and I'm sorry. Instead, she gonna sit there and say, well, it took so much for me to get here. It took so much for you to get where? Exactly where was that? Oh, okay. The apartment. Girl, if you don't shut up, it took so long for me to get here. Girl, what are you talking about? You didn't like him, Lissy. Honey, I'm gonna give you a nickname because you're gone. You didn't like him, girl. Jordan said, Chris didn't interrupt, raise his voice, nothing. He was over it. Jordan, when I tell you he sat back and he twirled that ring a few times because I was watching him. I said, "Go on, take that ring off." And then she's gonna give you a black ring, as black as her heart. Take that ring off, honey, and sit it down on the table in front of her. Honey, that's how petty I am. I would have had that ring sitting or had a ring on a necklace around my neck, walking through the apartment. Child, she wouldn't have got nothing out of me. But that's just me. Honey, I would have been like, girl. KL said, Pastor Cal was here for everything Chris was saying. He sure was. And he was calling out quite a few of them. I'm like, Pastor Cal, let me find out you listening to us over here on these reviews, honey, listening to the reviewers telling y'all to pipe up and speak y'all speech. I'm so proud of you as well, Calvin, because he said to her, well, this is the end of the road. He didn't continue and try to talk Chris into it, like he's been known to do in the past. He just let Chris be done. Another thing I noticed when who was it that was having a little disagreement? Oh, Lindsey and Mark. We'll get to that, but I'm just saying what I realized in Pastor Cal. He said to Lindsey, Lindsey, girl, baby girl, I'm noticing exactly what Mark the Shark is talking about. You talk too much. You do too much. Lindsey, you're too much. And I appreciated that. I'm like, I know that's right. Exactly, Elizabeth. Let me find out Pastor Cal an opinion. Baby, Pastor Cal. Sean said, did you catch when she said that she didn't like that he posted defund the police? Did I notice? Now, Sean, I notice everything. I definitely spoke on that on my review. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna say that for Patreon because I ain't got time to play with Alyssa over here on this YouTube street, okay? Because I really don't have time to play with her. But yes, I definitely did notice that. And that was very interesting. Thank you so much for the super chat. More lips than ass. Oh my goodness. Y'all crazy. Surprisingly, O and Katina are the only couple that may be successful. Noy lost me. And Steve, I think when she said that dog is gonna be in that bed, honey, he was completely turned the hell off. He was completely turned off. But I don't want to get into Steve and Noy because I want to make sure that we keep, we stay on track. So let's just stick with Alyssa and Chris, but I am going to come back to this comment about that dog being in that bed because honey, it ain't gonna be able to happen over here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Jocelyn Campbell, Alyssa pulled up looking like Chucky Finster, Finster from Rugrats. Wait a minute. Y'all, please don't start. No, okay, listen. Somebody specifically asked me to turn my mic down because I be yelling and laughing through them reviews. And now y'all making me yell and laugh on these lives. So y'all gonna have to stop. Crying on cue like she was a crisis actor. What? Y'all crazy. Y'all be waiting to cut up, baby. Y'all wait. Y'all wait for the day. Ooh, child. Chris is truly the best of us. Lesser men would have handled things as well. Let me tell you something. I really wish that it would have been Chris from season 12. Cause y'all, I would have fell out. Baby, it would have been a knockout, drag out fight. It would have been like Mortal Kombat. It would have been like Chun Li and Raul. Oh, child, finish him. It would have been good. I wish I could have seen that. That would have been everything. Y'all hold for just 1 second. Hold on. SW said Alyssa had no idea what defund the police actually means. Chris' best friend is a cop. Oh, yeah. And then he said that he was like, I mean, she didn't even let me explain it or anything. I mean, you're a cop. Child, she's like, "What are they gonna do, like, when something happens?" I don't know if y'all watched The Chi, but it made me think of The Chi when they were talking about defunding the police, because on The Chi, they had the community defenders. Well, I call them the community I call them the community defenders, and that's what that was reminding me of. I was like, "Girl," Catherine said, "This show giving me punked." She's an actor, I'm an actor, we're all actors. Catherine, I was thinking the same thing. I said, "Okay, I'm waiting for Ashton and them." But see, I know Ashton got a family now, so he really ain't worried about that punked. But in my mind, we definitely were being punked. Cause I'm like, girl, there's no way that you're sitting here crying after we've gone through weeks. And then she said, "I was coming here today because I wanted to stop the pattern." Girl, you didn't even know the word pattern until Pastor Cal just said it 5 minutes earlier. What are you talking about? You just sat in front of your mom, who somebody made a very good observation. I forgot who it was though, but in my comment section, they said that Alyssa's mom might be afraid of her. Especially afraid of how she reacts to things. And her mom was just sitting there because her mom got a little lying problem too. Now, honey, mama, you might be frightened and whatnot, but you still lie because you was, oh, I thought it was going to be a cowboy. And I thought he was going to be like this. And I thought he was going to be like that. Well, ma'am, when he asked you, What does she think of me?" Well, when I was dancing with her, I said, "I like him." And she said, "Me too." And mama don't think I forgot. Okay. Now, y'all both lying now. And child, I was thinking to myself, honey, Chris, you might have dodged a bullet. Now, y'all can take that little sound bite and do with it what you will. Okay. The faux launder said, "The way Chris, season 12, and his texturizer would oh, broccoli head Chris and his texturizer would have made her feel like dust." Now that's the TV we need. When Chris got through dragging Alyssa for filth, honey, he might have had a redeeming quality. Cause I don't know who could have gotten worse. I was like, okay, I don't think it can get worse than Chris season 12. But we were sadly mistaken. Remember Chris from season 12 in those tight jeans and hoodies? Laugh out loud. Alyssa came through with the overalls. They are on the same wavelength. They sure are. He had that Forever 21 color blocking hoodie on. I ain't gonna never forget it. That's when he had Pastor Cal sitting there past the start time. And I'm like, okay, Chris, you're gonna have to get yourself together, baby. Crystal said, basically, Chris was like, no, ma'am, you won't be staying up in this here apartment. Wait a minute, because I ain't even catch that. You are absolutely right, Crystal. He pulled out the petty because he was like, you know what? You thought you were about to come up in here and we were gonna swap out. No, we're not doing no swapping out. So neither one of us gonna get it. I ain't gonna have it, and neither are you. I ain't think about that. That's exactly what Chris did. He said, I'm gonna wait till I get to this shared apartment. I'm gonna spend a night, at least one night, get acclimated to the bed and whatnot. And then I'm gonna tell her that I want a divorce. Now, this is what I was wondering when he said he wanted the divorce. What does that mean for him financially since he created an alternate decision day? Does that mean he has to pay? Like, what does that mean, y'all? Like, is he on the hook for money because he said it first and he pulled the plug? Like, I don't know. Thank you so much for the super chat, Naomi. I'm still mad at the fact that she treated Chris that way, looking how she looking. Like, girl, ain't even not even a penny. Have you seen you? And girl, goodbye. Coming in there with that same flat hair every day. Girl, gone, honey. When Tay Talk says she did come in there scouting out the place, she sure did, looking around. Talking about, oh yeah, it was just a little bit of traffic. I fought so hard to get here. To get to the apartment, absolutely. But you did not fight hard for anything that has to do with Chris. And he let it be known. You want to be here for a lot of reasons, but being married to me is not one of them. And I appreciated him just calling her to the carpet and saying it what it was, honey. Straight up. Girl, you don't like me. So cut the bull. It's J Dub said, I'm sure Chris taking all that abuse knows the rules to disappear the right way. But listen, J Dub, he said on the after party that he has a hard time letting go. He has a hard time telling people, it's over. I know that you don't want me. He has a hard time pulling the plug. Deneen said, I think they will make an exception for him under these circumstances. Yeah, probably so. Because that was the one thing that I wondered once he said that. And Pastor Cal was just like, okay, this the end of the road. Because quite frankly, she was getting on his nerves and he had some choice words for her in his mind. But see, he didn't say it out loud. I was like, look at Pastor Cal being such a gentleman. Because, honey, the things I would have said to Alyssa, SW said MAFS/Lifetime better not try to impose those fees on Chris. They screwed him over. He didn't stand a chance and with Alyssa from the jump. Absolutely. I don't think they will though, because they know the kind of backlash that they're going to get because of that. So I think they might just let him out and no consequences and whatnot. Jocelyn said, "Thank you again for the super chat." He probably makes enough money from real estate to buy himself out of the contract. You can't put a price on a peace of mind, baby. Let me tell you something. I might put that on a t-shirt. You can't put a price on a piece of. When I tell y'all that is the truth, because a story time is not really a story time. I ain't gave y'all one of them in a long time. At first, when I was with that ex, I was just in misery all the time, and I was like just holding on to be holding on, being abused physically, emotionally, all of that. But honey, now that he is gone, baby, when I tell you life is so good, it can't get no better. The most that I worry about is what am I going to eat today? And did I put out that video? And are they gonna watch that video? Do they like this? Like, is this content given what's supposed to be given? Like, that's the only thing I'm worried about. So you are absolutely right. Thank you, Catherine, for the super chat. I know this is off topic, but are you still reviewing Love is Blind? I need to hear your reviews on this show. Oh, Catherine, I just talked about that. The reviews for Love is Blind are on Patreon and also on the membership side. Now, there are 3 tiers on Patreon, so never fret, okay? It's not like I'm just trying to squeeze a coin out of you, like Alyssa was trying to do out of Chris. It's 3 different tiers over there, and also it's on my membership side as well. But I am going to be doing a live where we can all get together and just talk about it. But I am reviewing episodes 1 through 5, and the review for episode 5, I put out the one for 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 was supposed to be up today. But I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. And plus, I wanted to come talk to y'all about Married at First Sight. So that review will be up tomorrow, along with the story time, along with the midday mess, along with everything that goes on over on Patreon. Okay, it will all be up for your listening and viewing pleasure tomorrow. Thank you, Gray Matters, for the super sticker. I'm trying to work overtime. Okay, do y'all hear me? Hold on, I see something. What we talking about here? What we talking about? What did I miss? Hey, Beverly. Hold on. I'm trying to get my chat to do what my chat is supposed to do, honey. It's disappearing and whatnot. Hey, Karina. I'm so sick of Alyssa trying to convince us and herself that she's a good person. If you're a good person, you don't have to tell people over and over. They will know. Girl, who are you trying to convince? Us or you? I don't deserve. I am a good person. I don't no, no, no. I'm a good person. Girl, shut up. Shut it up. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear it. I don't give a damn about you being a good person. I really don't care. Okay? You're not. Just so we're clear. Okay, I would have made that very clear before she exited stage left and then had enough nerve to have an attitude on her way out. Well, I don't think there's any more to say here. She's so confused, honey. Left her cell phone on the couch. Has anyone seen myself? Girl, you literally went from the counter to the couch. Get your phone off the couch and get your ass out the door. Like, just go away. Just go away, honey. Please go. Beige Chick once said, Chris in production probably had a drink to celebrate the end, the misery that is Alyssa. When I tell you, I looked at that and I think we all had the same consensus because when I looked at Twitter after I put out my review, everybody was like, ding dong, the witch is dead. Honey, everybody was happy. It was a celebration. It was like we had just had an NBA championship, a Super Bowl, and everything all in one. Everybody around the world that is a Married at First Sight fan was relieved on last night, with the exception of maybe like 1%. Because I saw some people defending Alyssa. Well, she just wasn't satisfied. And I wasn't satisfied with these jeans I just got from Kohl's the other day, but I still had them. And I'm going to take them back and get my money back for them. But that don't mean I'm going to mistreat the cashier because I'm mad that the jeans ain't giving what's supposed to be gave. Girl, shut up. I'm like, Hey, Marsha. Shakira said, I'll take your word for it because anything with Misha, I support. What we talking about? Hey, Kenya K. Hey, Zoe. Hey, girl. Hey, production caught the real essence of Alyssa when she thought she wasn't being filmed. Watch out for iPhones around the neck in the future, Alyssa. Okay? Let me tell you something. When she broke that fourth wall and she sashayed over there with her front in the back and her back in the front and said to production, I hate him, I was done. I was like, okay, it's not, she can't come back from that. Because, girl, say what you will. You was trying to make it like the fingers were aggressive or whatever, like he was throwing up signs, honey, throwing up his set. He wasn't doing that. He was literally pointing to a structure. I kind of let that go. I said, you know what, girl, you just trying to pull. You're reaching. It's a reach. I let it go. But now you're going to say you hate the man and you don't even know him. And then when the mom said, well, when I met him, he was a cool guy. He seemed like a cool kid. And she goes, well, you haven't seen how he's treated me. How did he treat you? How did he treat you, girl? What is wrong with you? He treated you nice. Okay? He could have cussed you out. Girl, See, I would have ignored her the whole time. I think what it was is after he went scuba diving or scuba deering or whatever the hell he was doing, when he had to get under that water by himself, Chris was done. You're done. Honey, he was done with her. Thank you, Marsha, for the super sticker. He was done, child. He had had enough. Lori said, I'm in Toronto and we've only seen up to the weddings, haven't seen the honeymoon yet, so can't wait for all the drama. Oh, Lori, well, honey, when you see the drama, you're going to be so exhausted. Thank you so much for watching my reviews also. Child, you are going to be exhausted. You are not going to be able to wait to get to this episode right here because I know we can't wait. And you know what I thought? You know what I was thinking about, y'all? I was watching this episode and I was thinking, how much longer? Because listen, I used to really enjoy Married at First Sight, but I really don't enjoy it as much as I used to. It's almost like a job. Like, ooh, child, let me clock in, honey. Woo, I finally finished the review, honey. Let me clock out. Child, let me clock out, child. Like it's not doing it for me no more. I'm so confused on everybody fussing, everybody fighting. I just don't understand what is happening anymore. Oh, and speaking of Married at First Sight, congratulations are in order for Woody and Imani. Honey, they are welcome in a Married at First Sight baby, okay? A bundle of joy. Get into it if we gonna get into it. Shout out to New Orleans. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what this baby gonna look like, honey. Probably gonna have some braids and everything else. Sierra said saying horrible things about Chris and that Alyssa should get to stay because they matched her with somebody ugly. Horrid. Horrid take from Miss Janice. Wait a minute. Saying horrible things about Chris and that Alyssa should get to stay because they matched her with someone ugly. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just scurried on past that. I don't subscribe to the word ugly. Okay, because I think it's some beauty in everybody. Now I do think wigs are ugly, honey. You can get an ugly wig. I'm not gonna say you cannot. Y'all know how I feel about an ugly wig, but I will not come out my face and call not nobody. And there's nothing wrong with Chris. Okay, like if you don't go, what's up, Ryan? Ryan in the chat getting into it as he get into it. I'm surprised Mila ain't here. Mila, where you at? Probably somewhere working out, child. Mila gonna do a squat if she don't do nothing else. Omar said at Miss Misha, Alyssa thought she was Dorothy, closing them eyes, clicking her cowboy heels 3 times, saying, I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a good She sure did. But listen, I told her in the review, Mom, you and Toto, go ahead and click your damn heels 3 times and go on back to Kansas. Because clearly you living in Oz. Talking about Chris got to prove himself to Alyssa. She was like, well, he just has to prove himself to you. And why does he have to do that, ma'am? Oh, nothing? Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Girl, if you don't go, I'm like, not prove himself to her. Baby, y'all a whole fool. Do you hear me? Oh, congratulations. I'm watching season 11 now. I'm glad they're holding strong. Yes, they are holding on. Do you hear me? They holding on like Lauren and what's his name? Child, I'm drawing a blank from Love is Blind. Okay, y'all know who I'm talking about. Amina said, Chris is handsome. Alyssa really thinks she's a 10. Shawnee right there is a 10. Oh, a 10. She really does think she a 10. An absolute zero. Do you hear me? And I ain't talking about looks. I'm talking about the insides. Your personality is a goose egg. Okay, it's giving zero. Girl, goodbye. Basura. Universe Soul Goddess said, I want Chris to get a black girlfriend. Child, she gonna be a little too much for Chris. Child, he has had enough. Chris said I gotta go home and decompress, honey, get my disc golf, go play a few rounds, and go in and lay my head down. Child, this has been too much for me. And like I told y'all, I started following him before he realized that Chris had forgot he was on Married at First Sight. Okay, because you know they're supposed to keep their Instagrams private, but Chris's was public. So I just slid on in there real quick so I could follow him before. Child, Chris ain't posting nothing about Married at First Sight. He could care less. It's real estate, and more real estate. I said, Chris, I ain't getting nothing from you. Child, I should have slid in Noy's DM. Noy, what's going on? Speaking of, let's go to the next couple because Alyssa, she doesn't deserve any more time, okay? 5432, your time is up. That is enough of Alyssa. Chris, we are so proud of you. Happiness looks great on you. I am sure that you are going to find the right one. There's always somebody lurking up in these Married at First Sight comments. Gone on over to MAFS POC. Gone over to MAFS fans. Gone over to MAFS Lifetime. There are so many Instagram pages just waiting to accept you. Okay, Facebook groups as well. So if you want a woman, I'm sure there's one out there for you. As for you, Alyssa, moving forward. Let's see what's going on with the next couple, honey. Let's get into it. Ooh, baby. Not Jasmina and Michael. Baby, when y'all see Pastor Cal got them glasses in his hand, that means it's getting real. Baby, Pastor Cal looking at them like, I know you fucking lying. What is going on? Baby got his blue socks showing and everything. Baby, this right here is a fool. Child, let's get into it, honey. Let's dissect Jasmina and Michael. When you see Pastor Cal holding his glasses, you know it's finna be some, okay? It's really finna be something. Trini said, I'm tired of Jasmina and Michael. I am too. Because I don't know this is my thing. Let me just say this. Okay, just because Michael did a little lying, he got a little lying problem. Well, he got a big lying problem because the fact that he lied with a straight face tells me all I needed to know. He did not redeem himself because some people were saying he redeemed himself on the after. No, he didn't. He did not redeem himself on the after party. To me, he was trying to manipulate and mince words and configure some stuff to try to gaslight. Sir, no. Well, you know what I was saying was I never lived with a an intimate partner. I've never lived with a spouse. That's not what she asked you. She didn't ask you, have you ever lived with a spouse? She asked you, have you ever lived with a female? That's what she asked you. You looked directly at her and said, no, that's uncharted territory for me. No. What? And you lied with a straight face. So therefore, and thus and such, honey, I can't trust you. I don't trust nothing you saying. And then he was looking real shady when she asked him, when she went to that apartment, she said, where's your roommate? Oh, gone. Oh, well, whose stuff is this? Oh, it's my roommate's. Oh, well, whose stuff is that? Oh, that's my roommate's. Okay. Whole time I'm looking around the apartment like, well, okay, first of all, you said you live with two women. They gotta be nasty, honey. Shout out to the roommates. Because baby, that place was filthy. I was like, y'all need to clean up in here. I don't know if they were sitting, it looked like they were sitting in a corner. Jasmina was standing up. First of all, I ain't like that, sir. Offer your wife a seat. If we're gonna stay a while, then she needs to be sitting. But honey, she was too busy trying to look around. And good thing she was standing up because that ex wanted to be seen. And she ain't fooling me, allegedly. Now, I don't know if that is his ex, but something about that wasn't right. I'm like, okay, you sitting down, slunched all over on this chair. Something not right about this. Trini said, now, Michael. Girl, is that your toddler? She's condescending to me and he's a flip-flopper. Yes, and you know she said she worked with toddlers, honey, aka I work at the daycare. And baby, when she looked at him and she said, now, Michael. I said, oh, baby. Ooh, child. Baby, she talking to him like he a kid. He's acting like he a kid and quiet as it's kept. Pastor Cal should have looked directly at Michael and said, Michael, you're scared. You're scared to tell Jasmina things because I think he's in the same boat with Mark. I think he might be afraid of how she may react as well. Now, I don't know who lying, but since he lied about that woman, I think that he probably was in there yelling because he sat up there and lied again. He said, when they were on the honeymoon, Michael said out of his mouth, I have a problem with that. Even my sisters have told me this. In relationships, they have told me this because Jasmina said he was being aggressive. He gonna sit right on this couch with his legs swinging, with his ankles out and his socks showing, with Pastor Cal's glasses in his hands and say to Jasmina, I never said that. But 2 seconds earlier, he said, I feel like me telling her that, now she's using it again. Did you say it or did you not say it? I wanted to just slam my hand down on the table and say, Michael, where were you on the night in question? I wanted to have a whole courtroom moment. He just lying and she lying. Talking about she got to go take care of Phineas and Ferb or whatever that dog name is, the codependent dog. Shout out to Zach. Girl, you do not have to go all the way home to take care of that codependent dog. If Zach can do it and get accosted, oh, season 13. Oh, child. There was my problem, children, honey, but I wouldn't change them for the world. Season 13 was some ignorant people, boy. Oh, child, you gotta love them. If Zach can do it and take his codependent dog with him, then you can do it too. Okay. You can get Feeny and come on over here because you're just making up lies too. You and Michael lying to each other. You don't like Michael, and that's just the bottom line. Okay. Everything about your demeanor, your body language, everything. You really didn't want to move into that apartment. I saw how you were folding your shirts ever so. You don't like him. Okay. And whatever he's saying, you really don't give a damn because you don't like Michael. And that's just the bottom line. Raphael said both of them lied this episode, but his was more egregious. I agree. What got me with Jasmina is that she did sound condescending, and I think most people glossed over that. No, got a whole rant about it over on the Patreon. I'm fussing with J Dub over on the Patreon because J Dub gonna hold Jasmina down. Do y'all hear me? He gonna hold her down. POP hold it down. But I feel like both of them need help. It's just not a good match. That's just all I can, because she's still trying to get back to whatever spark she said she felt at the wedding, but I ain't even see her feel a spark at the wedding. Do y'all think she liked him at the wedding? Because I didn't get that. Sassy Britt, thank you for the super chat. My question is, what is the cost of living in Boston? Sassy Britt, are you me or am I you? Okay, because I was trying to figure, I'm like, what's the roommate situation of it all? It's as though they're in New York or LA with all these roommates. It's giving hostile at this point. I didn't know what was happening. When I took a look at Mark's place, I'm like, okay, that landlord got to be that ex, because the way this house looking, it's looking like somebody's grandma. Then we ventured on over to Olajuwon, who I thought was gonna live in a frat house, and he was living in an old folks' home. I said, Olajuwon, not the coffee curtains. Child, I remember my grandma had them when I was a very little girl, and honey, she would not let you open them curtains up. Oh, child, it was a whole fool. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. I did appreciate the fact that Olajuwon had his own spot. Now, if we gutted the entire place and made it something different, then he'd be in business. But he was the only one that stood on his own. And we didn't even see where Katina lived, which made me think that she lives with her mom. We didn't get a chance to see Jasmina's place. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Kenya K said Jasmina seems to have a little attitude problem. That's what I was thinking. We have yet to see her let loose and have fun. And let me tell y'all something. Somebody DM'd me a picture, and I was gonna post it, but then my live was starting. So I'm gonna post it once I get off my live. But it was a picture of Alyssa and Jasmina having a good old time, looking like besties. I was like, okay, this is who you choose to be friend like that. And you know another reason why I like Katina, now that I'm talking about them being good friends, is because even on the after party that I just watched before I got on my live, Katina was still basically saying, listen, she could have handled that totally different. Alyssa could have been a lot nicer. She ain't for the foolishness, okay? And she's not easily swayed. Well, except for when it comes to Isaac. But other than that, she gonna stand her ground and she gonna stand her wig. Omar said, Miss Misha, I hollered so loud when she said Mike's name. I thought about Gail interviewing R. Kelly. Robert. When he was up acting a fool. Oh, child. Christina, thank you so much for the super chat. I thought Jasmina was cold, but now Michael done showed his true colors. I'm moving to her side now. I ain't moving to neither one of their sides. I don't know who is right and who is wrong. I do know in this episode they both lied, though. She lied about going to see that dog or whatever, helping the dog get into the bed or whatever he had to do. And he just flat out lied. And I feel like his to me was worse because then you tried to gaslight her in the moment when she was having a conversation, because she did come to him in a very nice way. She said, I was, just wondering if I heard this correctly, but did you say you lived with a woman? And he said, did I say that? Mother baby. He got the right one with her, baby. Child, let me tell you something. If he would have said, did I say that? I would have said, I don't know what the hell you said, which is why I'm asking you. But what I do know is I saw a woman come out of a room when I thought you roomed with two men. So unless they change genitals, I'm trying to figure out, why would you lie to me? Now I'm going to ask you again. Do you live with a woman or do you live with more than one woman? Honey, he would have been like, cut, commercial. Let's go to commercial, honey. She tripping. Like, don't do that. I mean, he had a full on attitude like he was not in the wrong. You lied to her. Okay. And that's why he's like, you looking at me like you don't know what the hell I'm saying. And when he said a cuss word when speaking to her, that's when I believed her when she said that he speaks aggressively. Because let me tell you something. If a person is talking to you in conversation and y'all are having an argument, and then all of a sudden they just bust out with a cuss word, that means that they can get aggressive. And I feel like Michael may speak aggressively, allegedly. Okay, because honey, I don't need no problems. I feel like he may speak to her aggressively because when she was just looking at him, he said, you looking at me like you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I said, oh, baby, he is rude. He is very rude. And she was like, I mean, I hear you, but you ain't making no sense. I'm like, okay, y'all don't like each other, child. Girl, go on, pack up your K dramas and your K pop and your popcorn and whatever else, and head on back down to I-10, child, and get on back to your male roommate so y'all can hang out. Because you don't like Michael, and clearly he a little lie. Denise said, girl, I'm from LA and rents are high. You'll need a roommate if you're renting by the beach, but their neighborhoods look, it's it's everywhere now, y'all. Child, even in Houston, they trying to pull a stunt. Cause every time I turn on TikTok, they talking about Texas check. I'm moving to Texas. Please don't move to Texas. Please don't. Please don't. Like I am looking for a house and I cannot find one because as soon as I refresh the page, it's already leased, it's already sold. Please, honey. Please with the checks, Texas checks of it all. Please. Amanda says, sorry, y'all. I had to dip out for a while. Mommy duty called, but I'm back. Child, tell me about it. Don't worry about it, Amanda, honey, because my son is coming here at least 3 times. I'm like, boy, I'm on a live, child. Please allow me to run my mouth for just a minute and not be talking about baby shark or whatever it is we got to talk about as children. Please leave me alone, sir. Christina said, liar, liar, pants on fire at Michael. He had me furious playing in our face like that. Yeah, and then not taking any responsibility for it. That's the thing that was upsetting me and my homegirls. Because I was like, boy, if you did it, then you did it. And then he was like, well, it just never came up. That's when I was like, okay, maybe Michael doesn't remember things. That's when I started to really get confused about him. I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't remember what he's saying. Cause like y'all literally just talked about it and you said, child, okay. KO said, now I don't know. I don't know, but I feel like Jasmina doesn't like the blacks. You don't think so? Let me think. I don't see that about her. I don't know. I haven't picked up on that yet. Maybe I'm not watching, but I haven't picked up on it. J Dub talking about now Misha. Now Misha what, J Dub? I don't know. I just haven't. Trini said, is he small? He didn't look that small at the wedding. Now he looks like a pocket paw. Baby, the way she have him shrinking. He shrinks when he gets with her. And it don't hurt that she's model-esque. So she's standing up and he's scrunching down and his shoulders are hunched over and he upset. Child, it's just too much. And Pastor Cal was like, listen, when he says that to you, you tell him, I am not your enemy. I ain't got time to be reciting no poems. I'm going to tell him, kiss my ass, okay? I'm gone. Because you're not going to keep talking to me crazy, okay? This is the third time today that you done yelled. It's not my fault that you don't stand up 2 feet off the ground. That ain't my fault, okay? That's genetics. So don't blame it on me. Blame Mother Nature. Honey, I don't know who you need to blame, but please stop hollering at me. Because I don't have to bop you on top of your head. Now, don't do that. Like, don't do that. This ain't what you want, honey. This ain't what you want. I'm not about to be reciting no poems and saying no affirmations or whatever he was telling her to do. I'm like, I'm not that mature yet. Because let's just keep it real. Now, I don't know if it's just me, y'all, but in the middle of a conversation, are you about to look at your spouse and say, hey, I am not your enemy? I'm going to say, if you don't stop all that damn hollering, who you think you're talking to? That's number one. Oh, child. See, this is why I'm by myself. And this is why I'm by myself. Miss Kim Danielle, thank you so much for the super chat. Michael sitting on that sofa looking like, I'm sorry I lied to you. That is one of my favorite episodes. I'm sorry I lied to you, Martin. I just didn't want to go to Arizona. Oh, child, yes, he is. Marcus Polk in full effect. Oh, child, it's good to me. Y'all just say any old thing. I swear. And I love it. Y'all crazy, just like me. Kenya said, Jasmina and Michael are similar in the worst kind of way. They both have a natural disposition to speak in a condescending tone and be defensive. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. They're two sides of the same coin. And they're also both always in their head. Always. Denise said, Jasmina is so nasty and so rude. Honey, Andy is, in my Iyanla's voice. She's like a stinky fart, silent but deadly. The way she was talking to him, but just look at that posture right here in this picture, y'all. You see how he's leaning outward toward the arm of the couch, and she's leaning into him like, who are you talking to? So you just gonna lie in my face now, Michael? I said, oh, that's not gonna work long term. That right there, that's not gonna work, honey. It's just not. Misha, did my super chat go through? I got about 5 more minutes up here. No, no, no. Let me see. Hold on. I don't see a super chat. Okay, wait a minute. I see Miss Kim Danielle. Nope, there's no super chat. Retell me your comment or your question so I can respond to it. Hold on, y'all. Now why the phone want to do what the phone doing, child, at this time? I mean, I am busy right now. Okay. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Somebody just sent me a Cash App. I see the notification, but thank you so much for that. Child, this was just a mess. Habisha says, y'all dragging it. Just because she watches K-pop doesn't mean she doesn't like black men. I didn't get that from her. I really am not reading that off of her. Now, normally I can pick up on that, but I'm not getting that from her. I just get that she don't like Michael. It's something about him that she don't like. And plus he be lying. And she be lying and he lying. He shouldn't like her either because her attitude is nasty. And it's like she's very frigid. And on top of that, the way she speaks to him is not the best. The way he's speaking to her is not the best. She immediately wants to leave the first day that they get back to the shared apartment. Let's not forget that. Okay, let's get into that. As soon as they get to the shared apartment, she's ready to go. And then she's looking at him and she's like, "Oh, so you're staying here tonight? That's the plan, ma'am. You just been on a whole honeymoon." So what that told me is, I can't wait to get away from you. That's what that was reading to me. I'm like, okay, so it's like she can't wait to get away from him. She's like ready to hightail it out of there. She didn't even kiss him. She didn't say goodbye to him in the proper way. She got her things and she bounced. Looked back and told him, "Don't make the apartment dirty. I'll be back when I'm back." I was more concerned he needs two roommates. He must not make good money. I never saw what his. Oh, he's a trainer. They are very odd together. I can't even see them kissing. I knew she didn't like him from the first interaction. It's like she would smile because she's aware of the cameras. That's what it's giving me. Hold on. Light and Airy said, we need new experts. They do need to refresh. And I mean, even though we give them a hard time, just like they had to do with Jamie and bring in Keisha. And she's doing a much better job at getting to the root of what we really want to know as viewers. Sometimes it's just time to switch out. Nothing against them, but the first person that can go is Dr. Viviana. Child. Faye said, Michael like one of those quiet dogs with Napoleon complex. Mm-hmm. He is or was involved with one of those roommates. Absolutely. And he is not fooling me, and he sure ain't fooling you. Jasmina is like Alyssa, but quieter. Faye, those were my exact words. Those were my exact words. Okay, hold on. JG said, would y'all be loving to a man that bucked up on you? She's not comfortable with him, and he is just off. No, me personally, I absolutely would not. That's why I said I don't even like when people use profanity when they speak to me because it comes across aggressive, and then I feel like now I gotta defend myself, and I'm defensive, and now I'm really shut down because now I can't receive anything that you're telling me because you done start getting a little slick at the mouth. So now, therefore, and thus and such, I'm either cuss you the hell out, or I'm gonna sit silent. And most of the time I just sit silent. But no, nobody wants a man that does that. But we can't take away from the fact that Jasmina does not have the best personality. She just does not. The two of them together are just a bad combination. It's just not good. Lil Williams said Michael is broke, just like Dollar Gill. Tell Michael to be a fireman. I don't know what his finances looking like, but yeah. It ain't gonna be. It don't seem like it's two nickels rubbing together, child. Misha, you just explained what Jasmina is experiencing. Oh, him cussing at her and then her shutting you. Okay. Well, yeah, I can see that because I'm telling you, when he cussed, when she was talking to him, he said, you act looking like you don't know what the hell I'm talking. When he said that, I said, oh, okay. Yeah, you be getting aggressive. Mm-hmm. You sure do. Because that right there, it told me all I needed to know. Absolutely. Kenya said, who do we think is lying? Does Michael yell at her? I hope it's not a Hosean moment in the kitchen. Listen, Kenya, I don't know they both lie. Okay, let's just put that out there. They both have lied, but I don't know who's lying in regards to, because she seemed pretty adamant about you're aggressive. You lied to me. You yelled to me. I mean, you yelled at me and you cussed at me. Because when he said, I may be condescending, but I never yelled at you. And she looked at him and she said, oh, okay, so now I'm a liar. And when she said that, I don't know, something in me was like, I don't think she's lying about that. Because again, what he said in that closet. And I'm like, mm-mm. Here go J-Dub. Jasmina lied. Michael is a liar. J-Dub. Tomato, tomato. They both lying. She a liar as well. Gonna come back and tell us in the confessional that she said that because she just wanted to go and get some space. Well, girl, we knew that, honey. Anybody in their right mind knew that. We knew you were just saying whatever just so you can get away from Michael just for a minute. You wasn't fooling me, honey. You might have been fooling somebody else. I was like, girl, you do not have to go home for that dog. That ain't making no sense. She said she even admitted to it. Yep. Zoe said, Michael's so used to fighting, arguing with, yeah, he is. You can tell. Tatiana said, I don't think Jasmina is a liar. I think she truly just left to take care of her dog. But when she got away from Michael and felt good, she realized she needed the space. Well, no, Tatiana, she said verbatim, yeah, it wasn't just about me leaving for the dog. I actually wanted some space. So she lied. She lied. I mean, if you tell a lie, then you're a liar. So I'm sorry, honey. She ain't getting no pass from me, honey. She ain't perfect. I know Michael has his faults, but the both of them together just shouldn't be together. I don't like neither one of them. Let me just put that out there. Okay? I'm really not quite fond of either one. I didn't like Michael from the start because I knew he was a negative Nancy. I knew that. His whole demeanor was a dark cloud. Jasmina seemed like the girl that was gonna be she was gonna have the RBF, but when she opened up her mouth, she was a ball of fun and a lot of personality, but it's becoming the opposite. So I'm just not fond of them. Day said, Michael saying she interrupted him when she didn't gives me abusive vibes. Not saying he is, but if I was dating somebody and they did that, I'd back off, finding reasons to go off. Yeah, and that's why I'm like, what are you? And even when Keisha showed it to him on the after party, he started to try to explain it away. And then he goes, yeah, okay, yeah, she didn't cut me off. No, she did not. Like, what is wrong with you? I see why you ain't never been in a relationship that has withstood any time. Cause unless it's with one of them roommates. Cause I know you in there with one of them roommates, and then one of them roommates were something other than a roommate before. Child, I don't know. Honey, allegedly. Nobody is perfect. If that's the case, everybody on this chat is a liar. Honey, and is. I said what I said and I ain't changing it. I'm just not changing it, child. It ain't gonna happen. That's how I feel, child. That is how I feel. Letitia said, we can't expect people ready to marry someone that they've never seen to be completely sane. Ain't that the truth? I don't know. I just couldn't do this because I just know how, look, I know my mouth. Y'all will be on here talking about me. Not Misha had an attitude when he said, and did. Okay. I had a whole attitude. And that's that on that. Zoe said, Michael's so used to fighting with those sisters, he's comfortable arguing with women. But again, she has her issues too. They are bad for each other. That's it, Zoe. They're bad for each other. Let's go on to the next couple, y'all. Let's see what we got. Oh, child. Isaac, Olajuwon, and Katina. It's a throuple. Honey, his two personalities and Katina and that wig. Honey, it's a foursome. Okay. Let's talk about Katina and Olajuwon. So these two right here. Yeah. Olajuwon wanting to role play how she gonna cook his first egg or whatever it is. I'm like, Olajuwon, okay, you gonna have to stop. Okay, you really just gonna have to stop, sweetheart. She's going to cook you something. And then he tried to play this little game. Because see, he wasn't fooling me, but he said this out loud. And I was like, Olajuwon, shut up. He was like, yeah, I'm so used to getting up every morning. I just grab me a peanut butter and just go. But then I was like, yeah, I can't be doing that anymore. Okay. You still can grab a peanut butter sandwich and get the hell on out the door, honey. I'm not gonna be up before you get up to make you bacon, eggs, grits, toast, French toast, pancakes, waffles, cut up fruit with a little drizzle of. No, I'm not gonna be able to do that every day. Elijah one, that's ridiculous. Like, what are you? Is something wrong with you? Like, it's gotta be. Amanda said, I howled at her party. I'm a good person. She had to scream it one last time on her way out. Oh, Alyssa. Yes, that's all you can hear. The echo in the hallway of her saying, I'm a good person. Cena said, did you notice Pastor Cal was supervised about him? Oh, was surprised. She meant surprised. Was surprised about him wanting a wife that cooks every day? Because that's some junk he done made up. He done got home and started thinking about what he thinks a wife is. Now all of a sudden she got to cook and clean and don't smell like onion rings. Please, Isaac. Okay, you didn't think anything about that before you signed up for Married at First Sight. You went home and watched a few movies, and you feel like you want this girl to cook every day, 7 days a week. And Katina, please do not just go along to get along. I can foresee that. It's just I don't know. I don't know what, and I don't want her to think that a wife is all about cooking and cleaning, because it's not. Like, that was really crazy to me. Katina needs to speak up and shut O down. He's too much. Exactly, Veronica, he is. But you know what? You know what I've noticed? Olajuwon does have a little bit of a redeeming quality. Something about him is like off-putting, but he can also be redeeming just like Katina. Because like at first I was like, Katina, I think she's gonna get on my nerves. I really do. But I'm starting to like her more and more, as the episodes go on. So I think the two of them might can work. Elijah one just needs to relax, bro. You can't create the perfect wife. You cannot. So stop it. Waddle said, Katina seems, and I hope I don't sound ridiculous, delayed. With the personality Elijah one has, she will be complacent in his foolishness. She sure will. She definitely will. And I hope she does not start doing things that are not her, because once you start doing that, then that's why I said, look, set the tone now. Because once you start doing things that you're not really comfortable with, you're gonna have to keep that junk up. And he gonna be expecting you to cook and do all these things, and you're not gonna want to do them sometime. And that's gonna cause an argument, and then it's gonna cause your marriage to fall apart. So she better tell him right now and take that wig off so that he knows exactly what he's getting. If you balling underneath, let him see you balling underneath right now. So let him see. So we can get this under control, honey, because Elijah one needs to be, if something's wrong with him. So we need to make sure that he knows everything, honey, lay all the cards on the table. But y'all know what tripped me out? When Pastor Cal said to her, well, he just said out loud, he didn't say it to her. Well, if y'all aren't having the hot, lovely relations, maybe she'll think you're not attracted to her. And she said, I have been thinking that. I said, what? Girl, what? You just told us on the honeymoon. That's why I don't see. This is why I don't know what to do or what to say, because you just told us on the honeymoon that you didn't want to get into it yet. Justin, thank you for the super chat. O wants Katina to be serving him breakfast like he Vision and WandaVision. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, honey. But it ain't gonna work. Wait a minute, hold on. Thank you, RJWC06. The mother-daughter combo that O mentioned was probably Lindsey and her mom. That's why she wanted to fight him on the plane, and they ain't fooling me. Oh, I didn't think about that. You know what? You might be right. Uh-huh. That's why, but then on the after party, Katina said that, well, somebody, child, so many people be on the after party. They said that she was poking at him. BG said Katina needs to cook a huge pot of food once a week, save portions in Tupperware. Honey, she better get to doing some meal preps. He want to keep himself in shape. Child, I cut up 15 pieces of salmon, put some brown rice and some broccoli, drizzle some on top of it with a little pico de gallo, put a plastic lid on it, and shove it in front of shove it in front of him Monday through Friday. You want some chow? It's chow time. Honey, I ain't got time to be cooking all them gourmet meals. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all, okay? Now, this is just a little bit about me. I like to cook for my man. I'm a cook. Now, I'm not gonna cook 7 days a week because on the weekend she rests, but I will cook for you 5 days a week. When I had, a man, okay, before that ex decided to lose his damn mind, I take pleasure in people eating my food to see what they think about it. Cause, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I'm a pretty good cook. So I like to cook for people. And the thing for me was, I remember before I had my son, I would always tell my husband, I can't wait to have a kid because I want them to want their mom's food. I want him to want my food so much that when he get married, he be like, oh, I gotta have my mom's meatloaf, or I gotta have my mom's pork chops, or I gotta have my like something. That's a thing for me. So I do like to cook. So for me, that wouldn't be a big deal if he said, I need you to cook. I'd be like, boy, need me to cook. Child, I'm already there, child. I got meals planned out while I'm eating the meal that I'm eating now. But that's just me. But Katina doesn't seem like that person. And I think she's trying to be that person. And she gonna get tired of that. She didn't want to go to the gym, but she went. She didn't want to go horseback riding, really. He was pushing her to the brink of her cussing him out, but she went through with it. He's too much. He's just too much. Honey, he gonna have to cut that out. Denise said Olajuwon is going to come off controlling. Exactly. He's confident because he has his ish together for a young man. He is probably withholding sex as a sign of control. You think so? Somebody said they think he ain't working with nothing. I said he ain't working with nothing. He ain't hitting on nothing. That's what they said. That's what they said, child, not me. Allegedly. Zamiria said, I cook dinner every day, so I don't see that being a problem. The issue is he expects, yeah, that's true, that he expects that from her, and that's a no-no, especially if she's not a cooker like that. Child, Katina ain't cooking nothing. She can't even go get a new wig made because she got to be sitting up here making spaghetti and garlic bread. And here gonna pass the cow. You threw down in here. I said, not that spaghetti. And you know what? I felt like I could smell it through the screen when he said, some smell good in here. She was like, I made some spaghetti and garlic bread. But I ain't gonna lie, that did make me want some spaghetti. So I made that for dinner tonight. Shout out to Katina. Christina, thank you for the super chat. I would have gotten O together real quick. I would have told him, you don't have to stop making me a peanut butter sandwich. Okay, make me a peanut butter sandwich too. Absolutely. Hold on. Let me go back up. Well, you can make both of us one. Leave mine on the counter because I'm gonna still be asleep. Because we know how you like to dip out and go to the gym all hours of the night. Thank you for the super chat, Nicole Brown. Pastor Cal got him Olajuwon together. He sure did. He got all of them together. I was proud of Pastor Cal. Good job, Calvin. I was like, look at Pastor Cal getting into it as he get into it. Monty said, I wonder where Olajuwon is modeling his view of marriage because it's not making much sense. TV, was it him or was that last season? No, I think he did say something about watching romantic movies or something like that. Let me find out he think he a part of the Notebook. Boy, if you don't go. Lee said, Katina said on After Party that it was a mutual decision. I think Katina didn't want to disagree with him in front of the pastor. That's what I think too. I think the exact same thing. And she was like, yeah, I think he respects me. Because I'm not gonna put up with no man that's gonna disrespect me. That's the same thing Portia Williams said season 5 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and Cordell was pulling an Olajuwon. Okay. He was pulling the purse, he had the purse strings real tight. He told Portia when to smile, when to look, when to laugh, all of that. That's the same thing that's happening over here. Portia didn't even want to go to the tip club, honey. I'm gonna say tip club instead of what it really is. She didn't even want to do that because she didn't want to make him upset. And I feel like this is the same thing that Katina is doing because she thinks this is what a wife does. Girl, if you don't, you can still have your independence. Tip Top 89. I think he's withholding sex because he's serious about this relationship. He seems like the type that will sleep with anyone, but hold out when he's really interested in you. I believe that. I agree with that. I thought that was actually good. And I didn't understand why Pastor Cal was trying to get them to go ahead and go forth. Like, no, let them go at their own pace. Because let me tell you something, if they get to decision day and they both decide to say no, I don't want that girl to feel down or bad. And now she got these soul ties. And no, let them go at their own pace in case she want to dip on decision day. Sir, please, it's going to be fine. Light and Airy said, can somebody tell me if Isaac can build a house and fix cars? Because I'm just curious as to how he's expecting a wife if he can't. I know that's right. Husband, in quotation marks. I ain't giving nothing but want everything. Erica Living Life said his view of life in general is off. Ain't it though? Hold on, I see an unpopular opinion. I wanna delve into that. I love a good unpopular opinion. Here we go. BG said, I think Ola is overcompensating for his lack of action in the bedroom with those over the top ridiculous stories of his Isaac days. I don't think he got that much in the department. And you know what? I don't think it's that. I don't think he was the ladies' man that he's letting on. Do you see how awkward he was when he first encountered Katina? I don't think he was just getting pretty girls like that. He's a handsome guy. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying anything is wrong. He's a very handsome guy. But I don't think it was to the extent that he's saying. Like he's making it like I was the big man on campus. I was a Facebook crook. That's the way he's making it seem. But yeah, when he saw her and he was like, "Can I kiss you again? Do you think I can kiss you again? Like, let me just kiss you." Like, child, you wasn't getting no action, honey. You wasn't about that life. Okay. You really were not about that life. Making up stories about how you saw the cousin and then the cousin wanted to sleep with you and then the mama wanted to sleep with the boy gone. That sounds like something from American Pie. Y'all remember those movies with Stifler's mom? American Pie. One time at band camp, they gave me American Pie. I said, boy, let me find out this is an American Pie plot. Boy, goodbye. It can't be trusted. Okay, so what do y'all think about Katina and Olajuwon? Do y'all think they're gonna last? Do you think that these two will say yes on decision day? I think Katina's gonna say yes. I think she is. And I think he's gonna say yes. I think they're both gonna say yes. Hold on. Lynn said, I think Katina is playing for the camera so she doesn't embarrass. Oh, I think they talk behind the scenes. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so I see a lot of yeses. I think they're gonna say yes on decision day too. Misha, would you ever consider going back and reviewing older seasons of MAFS? I would love to hear your commentary. I would maybe put that as a pop-up review, maybe on Patreon, but not like as something I would commit to because it's like so many shows. And I'm just like, oh Lord, honey, I just want to watch TV now. It's just too many shows. Thank you for the super chat, Nicole. Pastor Cal called him out about his dinner deal breaker. O's ideas are coming up as he goes along the part. Yeah, he's just making up stuff as he go along. Boy, if you don't go, we see right through you. Kenya said they saying yes. I think they're saying yes too. Katina acts so dry on the after parties when she talks about him. Yeah, I've noticed that. But then she seems dry on the after party in general. It's like she just falls back and doesn't say much. I think she feeds off of other people's energy. I've noticed that about her. Because this after party that just passed, y'all, it was dull as a box of rocks. But I think that she definitely does feed off of other people's energy. Okay, let's move on to the next couple. Lindsey and Mark. Child, I said I was gonna be on here for an hour. I definitely got to go in a few minutes though. All right. Lindsey and Mark. What do y'all think about them? I don't know. I mean, I told y'all my feelings on Lindsey. I feel like she can be a little bit overbearing and she can be a little bit controlling. Like, and I'm gonna go back to my example of when she said to him, you can't wear gray sweatpants. You can't eat burgers. You got to do this. You got to do that. And I think that that's what he's experiencing every day living with her. As soon as they got in the shared apartment, give me your clothes. I'm going to put them in the wash. I'm going to get you a water bottle. Which do you want, a gallon? Do you want like Lindsay? Calm down. We just touched down, honey. It's okay. I know you excited, but just hold off for just a minute. It's too much energy. Mark is not used to that kind of energy. He ain't used to all that. Like, just slow your roll, Smoking Joe. Rashad, thank you so much for the super chat. Have O and Marlon Wayans ever been spotted in the same room at the same time? They do kind of look alike, especially with O and his little faux hawk. Hold on. Let me get y'all comments about Lindsay and Mark. Erica said, I think Lindsay has an undiagnosed mental health condition. Do you? I just think she talked too much and thinks she know it all. That's what I think. I think she thinks she knows it all. I've dated every engineer. Yeah, everyone. They're all stillers and killers and lillers and billers. Girl, shut up. Just shut up. honey. Zoe said Lindsay is controlling and rude. Her mama may not be the villain in this. Not talking to her. Mm. Listen, Zoe. Zoe, are you on my Patreon? Because we talked a little bit about that on the live about Lindsay and her mama. Mm-hmm. Not hashtag free the shark. Mark ain't all that innocent though. Because I'm looking at Mark kind of, Mark got a little something about him too. And he ain't fooling me. I don't know what it is, but Mark is not completely innocent. Kenya said, throw the whole apartment away. I did not like his little attitude when she was helping him. Yeah. He was like, she's just throwing all of my things in a bag. Sir, she's throwing your things in a bag because they're infected. Honey, they're infested. Nobody's going to take this thing and just throw it in their car. This stuff has to be sealed up. Oh, child. I was like, Mark, there's nothing in here of value. Everything looks ransacked. It looked broken. Like the place was a mess. So exactly what was she supposed to be handling with care? Not them socks. Boy, if you don't shut up. Bill, thank you for the super chat. Lindsay is the white Hurricane K that drinks. Let me see. I can't see. No, she ain't giving me Michaela. She ain't giving me I'm about to accost these wipes. She not giving me that or tear up these recreational spaces. Uh-uh. I don't get that from a Phil. Phil, normally me and you, we see each other. But I don't get that from her. What I get from Lindsay is I don't have any children. I want somebody that I can take charge of. And Mark has a lot of problems right now. I'm a fixer. So I want to take charge of Mark. That's what I'm getting from Lindsay. Tink Tink said he better be lucky she went in the house with him. Be mad at yourself. Exactly. I was like, sir, the fact that she went in and actually helped you, because even Katina said on the after party, she said, I wouldn't have went. And he wouldn't have brought none of that stuff in my house. Sorry, Mark, but you wouldn't have brought that in my house. I said, Katina, you better tell him the difference, honey. You better tell him the difference. Because, child, I sure wouldn't have been. Mm-mm. I don't blame Mark for having an attitude. Yes, it was nice of her to help, but he did not ask for her help. Then you come in here breaking stuff? Girl, get out. Leave. Nah, I don't agree. He did ask for her help. Because who else was gonna help him get all that bug juice off of his shoes and stuff? Uh-uh. He needed her. London, please break down how he got kicked out of his apartment. Scratching head. If you have a lease, then how? Oh, okay. So he said on the after party that started happening before he even married Lindsay. Like an infestation happened and he had to get rid of all of the like furniture and everything. And then all of a sudden he had to go get married at first sight. Then she didn't want things to spread. So she wanted his things out. So I think maybe the landlord was messaging him like, how much longer? Like, how much longer are you going to be on this honeymoon? Because I need this stuff out of here before the bed bugs in your apartment spread to other people. That was my understanding of it. So she just decided to break his lease. But this is the thing. Is it an eviction or she's just not renewing the lease? Like, I'm not understanding how it's working. Let me pause right here for a second. There are 78 of you on this live. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to my lives, thank you so much for coming and joining me in the organized chaos. Okay, this is just a chat. We're just talking, kikiing, and giving our unsolicited opinion about these couples. Please do not hesitate to like the chat, comment, jump right on in there, get into it as you get into it. If you don't like it, dislike it. Either way, the algorithm is going to pick it up. All right, let's continue. Maybe he's saving face and he was a dirty tenant and brought those bugs, and that's what I'm thinking. I'm telling you, that's what I think. I know that's not always the case. You can pick it up from anywhere. Even just going to visit other people's homes, you can pick it up. But I just feel like Mark just wasn't cleaning up and it's giving nasty. Okay. It's giving full on disgust. Nika said Lindsay will hold helping Mark over his. Yes. Yes, Nika. Yes, I totally agree. I feel like she's gonna be the kind of person that says, you didn't have this, and I helped you when you didn't have anything, and blah, 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 and I'll let you live with me. And yes. And I really feel like this is what should happen when you are applying for Married at First Sight. I feel like you should have already been, out of a lease, or your lease should be almost up. When your time at the shared apartment is up, you have to decide where you will live. then that is a part of the process. You going into owning something together or renting something together. And then we see that process. We see you go and shop for different apartments, or we see you go and shop for homes to lease or a home to buy. Whose credit is can get it? Okay. Because we need to talk about the credit. Are your finances in order? That's something that should be a part of the process because I just feel like when they move in one place or the other, it don't work. It just never works. When they talk. That take one massage wait a minute, that take one message? Oh, that takes one message, not multiple. And why didn't she remove the stuff before the wedding? That's true. Because she had time to throw him an engagement party. True that, true that. You are absolutely right. She did. I didn't think about that. Something not adding up with the story because it's like he's saying one thing and then the lady is saying something totally different. But Keisha did ask a good question. She said, listen, why is the lady calling you like that? Did she like you or something? I was like, yes, Keisha, ask the burning questions. That's what I'm talking about. Omar said, I recognize the signs. I'm side eyeing Lindsay. What are the signs? The signs of what, Omar? When he made comments about Lindsay's house, the first thing I said was, at least she wasn't getting ate up at night. Exactly, Ting Ting. I said, he got his nerve. Boy, the unmitigated gall. Michael has a side that we all will Michael has a side that we're all going to understand why Jasmina feels the way that she does. Yvette, I can see that. I can see that we will see exactly why. Because, like I said, when I heard him cuss at her, then that made me feel some kind of way. And I can also see that some things about her will come out, maybe eventually. I'm trying, Omar, but this chat is moving so fast. Okay. Lil Williams said, Mark is nasty, period. Can't tell me different. Ooh, child, I can't say the last part of the comment, child. Y'all's gonna have to read it. Zamiria said, yes. Didn't they do that before on an old Boston season? I feel like that's what Jephty and Shanice did. Yeah, it is. That's what they should be doing because moving into these places, like, we're not going to do that. All right, so I have a question for y'all about Mark the Shark and Lindsay. When Pastor Cal went to visit them and Lindsay and Mark were expressing themselves to each other, whose side are you on? Do you understand Mark or do you understand Lindsay or do you see both sides? I think they both have a major hiccup in communication. She's overbearing, he's overwhelmed. He's going through a lot. That's a lot of change, even for the most stable person. I'm getting married at first sight. I'm on a television show. I'm thrusted into a situation with a lady that has a loud mouth and drinks a lot. And on top of that, she's always into something with somebody. And now I have to depend on her because I don't have a place to go. And we're married. So yeah, I'm shutting down just a little bit. And she's all like, why you not touching me? Why you not kissing me? Why? It's too much. Nicole, thank you for the super chat. Lindsay's apartment reminds me of an indoor carnival with a gypsy vibe. What are those flags hanging from the wall? Oh my God. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. When they start showing them apartments, I went to go get me a refreshing beverage, honey. It's 2 hours. I'm like, let me go on a refreshing beverage break, child. I'm thirsty and I'm hungry, child. They got me holed up for 2 whole hours. Okay, a lot of people are saying I see both. Okay, both. I understood Mark. Lindsay dismissed his feelings. In one breath, she feels like he's clueless when she is clueless as well. Give the man a minute. Damn. Yeah, I see both. Lindsay is the Tasmanian devil. Zoe said Lindsay is a drunkard. Oh, child, y'all ain't letting up on Lindsay, baby. Yeah, I said Lindsay can go to hell with gasoline draws on, honey. Shyla said, he said he don't feel like he's in his own skin. That's a sad way to feel. It is. And then too, what I noticed, what I thought about, Mark is an only child. So he ain't used to all that noise. Honey, he used to sitting down somewhere by himself. He don't got nobody touching his things. He don't have anybody helping him to do anything. Like, girl, be quiet and go sit down. And then she's always like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I need a minute. Walk away. I'm like, oh, child. And then did y'all see on the preview where he looked at her and he said, have another drink? I said, oh, honey, baby, the girls is fighting. They fighting, child. Adrian said, I see both of their sides. But the thing with Lindsay is that she's not self aware. Excellent point. She needs to deal with her issues that contribute to their difficulties. She does. And she not about to do that. Talking about he was speaking in run-on sentences. Lindsey, grow up. He was not speaking in a run-on sentence. He was expressing himself, and you need to be listening. That was so rude. Veronica said, I lean mostly on Mark's side. Hold on. A Pink J said, both, but Mark is overwhelmed. His life did a complete 180. Yes, and that's the reason why I was extending him grace, because I'm like, dang, to have your life change so drastically in an instant. Like, it's one thing, okay, I signed up for Married at First Sight. Decision day, I'm gonna go my separate way. You go yours, but like everything is falling apart. Like, it's just too much. Christina said, Lindsay is way too bossy. She thinks she's perfect. Yes, she's completely unaware of how she comes off. And even Pastor Cal being there for that short time, he was like, I see what he's saying. Lindsay, like, reel it in, girl. Pipe down. I don't want to hear you speaking your speech all over the place. Like, cut it out. That's a good point. My business, not yours. Why didn't he put his things in storage? Where does Mark work? What kind of job does he have? I don't think I know that. Because, baby, that'll tell me all I need to know. Hey, V Dub the Fox. All right, let's move on to the last couple, Noy and Steve. Baby. All right, here we are with Noy Moy and Steve. Okay, let's see. Let me see. First of all, Noy, honey, I'm speaking directly to you. You can't predict that you will have 3 kids and stop. What if you have 2 sets of twins? What if you have one baby and can't have another? What if something happens and he's unable to, help you conceive? What if he's in a freak accident? Like what he said, what if one of your children has special needs and it takes more energy and it takes more to do for this one child than you can possibly do and give to your marriage? Because let me say this, being married and having children is a lot. Okay, because you have to cater to the babies, cater to the man or the woman. It takes a lot to sustain a marriage and have children. So I don't know what Noy talking about. And she was kind of getting on my nerves because it was reminding me of that brother of hers, and I'm not too fond of that brother. And it was just getting on my nerves. I was like, girl, you cannot foresee that. And I think he was being very logical. He was spitting straight facts. And I'm like, Noy, what are you talking about? I can't bend on that. Like, that's just one of my deal. I'm not gonna. Okay. So the fact that Steve came in and said that he realized he was gonna like frolic up and down the beach whenever he felt like it, that wasn't a deal breaker. But him not giving you exactly 3 kids is, girl. If you don't go out in that tiny apartment and get one of them wigs and go sit down. Kenya said, Noah is starting to show an irrational rigidity. Yes, on certain things and in things that should be flexible. She is. She's starting to become like I can see why she just picks up and moves for love, like 79 million miles away. Like she's very much 90-day fiance. And girl, this is Married at First Sight. So I'm just not understanding why these deal breakers make no sense. You need to be worried about other things. And then you said that you grew up and your finances weren't in order. So if you're saying to Steve, I don't want my kids to have to worry about finances, why are you trying to have 3 kids off the bat and he ain't even figured out what he's going to do? Freelance or no freelance? He hasn't figured it out. Sister Girl on Films, Noy annoyed me talking about 3 kids is a non-negotiable. Girl, please. Exactly. I was like, girl, if you don't get out of here, that should be the least of your worries. Let's figure out where y'all gonna lay y'all head down. Is it gonna be over there with his LED lights, honey, having a full-on disco, or is it gonna be over here against the wall in your bed? Because child, that apartment wasn't no bigger than nothing. Amanda said, Noy's stance about 3 kids is pretty immature. I always wanted 3 kids. Then it took me 6 years and losses before I got my 1 kid. Now you couldn't pay me to have another at the ripe age of 38. Listen, Amanda, I was sitting here and I totally understand. And I am so sorry for your losses too, but I'm so happy that you did get blessed with your baby. Okay, because ain't they a blessing? But they make you tired. They make you so tired, Lord. And my son is 6 and he's self-sufficient now. Now he still will mommy me to death. Mommy, can I have mommy? Mommy, mom? I'm like, oh my God, shut up. He still will do that. But I do want another one because I don't want him to be the only one. And I just feel like, I want him to have someone. And I do want another kid, but I just love the fact that I can sleep and I don't have to do certain things anymore. Like, it's just, I don't know, it's a freedom that comes with it. She has no idea what it takes to go through all that and then do it more than once. It may not be what you think it is. That's all I'm saying. Like she thinks that she wants this, but it might not be what it is. And then the reason why was crazy. Well, everybody in my family has 3 kids and it's been working out. No, okay, girl. Oh, child. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's been working out. Sheila said 2 a.m. feedings suck. And you know what? I was saying to myself, I think I can do another baby because I don't ever go to sleep anyway. Child, y'all know I'm gonna put a review out at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock. But then I had to think about it. Girl, with a crying baby, ain't no reviews. Ain't no review, bitch. You ain't putting out nothing. Y'all gonna be like, girl, did you see? Girl, I haven't seen TV in 17 weeks. Okay. This baby is regressing. He won't go to sleep. Honey, I'm breastfeeding. Like, no. That run-on sentence comment was disrespectful. It really was. Lindsay's a whole fool, child. Sincerely, Judy said, Noi can want as many children as she wants. Steve looks like he's done on the next episode. But I think these two are gonna still say yes on decision day because I've been stalking Chris's, Instagram and whatnot. So putting my context clues together, I think these two are going to say yes on decision day. But I'm trying to figure out why did she say that the relationship was not going to work and put it all over social media and then ghost him? How you gonna ghost the man that you living with? I know you ain't go back in that apartment and turn around. Girl, goodbye. Kiki girl, thank you for the super chat. Craig ain't got no job. He shouldn't even be thinking about it. Oh, don't say that, Kiki girl, honey. The claws come out. He's a freelancer. Baby, they do not like you to talk about Steve, child. Steve, they said Steve gonna get his money one way or the other. Well, I don't care how Steve get his money, but I'm gonna need Steve to be a man with a plan. Okay? I am all about you following your dreams. Live your dreams. It's not as hard as it may seem. You gotta work to get the dream. Like, do whatever you're gonna do. Okay? Please do it. Save the last dance. Shout out to Save the Last Dance, but he doesn't have any kind of a plan. And then the fact that he's upset that she wants him to work, he's like, I can do photography, I can do videography, I can do. Okay, well, do it. You're talking about, I don't know when or if I'm going to work. That doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. That ain't going to work. Vita of the Fox said, I've been side eyeing Steve, but he was making sense and viewing having children through a more realistic lens. Kids don't depreciate in value. Absolutely. And the things that he was saying made sense. But I knew Noy was kind of like flying by the seat of her pants when she told him that she loved him 2 days after knowing him. Like, what? Light and Air said the baby gonna be in the background crying. Tell him to be shaking that baby. Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my hold on, y'all. I gotta burp her right quick. Hold on just a second. And I'm back. She just burping. That's just a side note. Child, that'll be a whole fool. Do y'all hear me? No, I don't think I have time for that right now. I really don't. As much as I want another baby, I just don't know how it's going to fit in. The Mrs. Creative said, those babies are mini alarm clocks. Ain't they though? Let me tell y'all, even though my baby is 6, I still wake up whenever I do fall asleep and still check on him. I still put his blanket on him because he sleep bad, child. I still have to do all those little things. And I'm like, 2 of these little people? Oh no, honey. I don't know about that, child. But they do say, once you get over the hurdle, it'll be okay. But mm-mm, I don't know about that. Sheila said his apartment was the nicest of all that we saw. I actually thought Olajuwon's place was the nicest. It wasn't decorated right, but I thought his place was the nicest out of everyone's. I don't know what was going on in Steve's place. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it seemed okay. I'm not saying it wasn't nice, but them LED lights threw me off. I'm like, what in the Amazon? Boy, buying all them LED lights off of Amazon in the middle of the night. If you don't stop, like, cut it out. The fact that Steve had a whole apartment that he was still paying for and was on a 4-month road trip without a job, honey, he's doing something right. Is he or did he just get that apartment? Child, I don't put nothing past Married at First Sight contestants. Okay. I don't know what Steve finances looking like. The way Noah was crying, honey, clearly they done talked about something and it ain't giving what's supposed to be gave. CC said, as logical as Steve is about everything, I have to believe he's that logical about providing. Well, I don't know, CC, because then all of a sudden he was like, well, she wants me to get a job and I'm not going to be able to do my creative stuff. I don't know if this is going to work. Steve, you took a wife, sir. So, I'm not saying that you have to go sit at a desk. I'm not saying go get your 9 to 5 back. Please don't. Okay, because let me tell you something. I'm about to dump that, honey. Shout out to the children in the classroom. But y'all will be getting my full undivided attention. I mean that okay. I understand it. But I also have a plan and I'm putting systems in place. So even if you don't continue on in the rat race, you still have to have some sort of plan. And for him to just all of a sudden freak out because she wants to be financially stable, I was like, what are you freaking out about? You have to provide, buddy. You little vagabond. Shout out to Steve Daddy. Child, I was like, boy, if you don't go on, honey, and work on that creative on the weekend like everybody else in the world, boy, go on. Rennie said, I think Mark is nasty. Someone said, girl, how you get back to Mark? Someone said he had a dresser drawer that looked like he had it since the 7th grade. Baby, everything in them people's place was old. That's why I said it was looking like an Alfred Hitchcock Presents apartment. You remember Alfred Hitchcock? Child used to be making all them horror movies. Child, I'm telling my age now. It's the creator. I'm telling you, Steve has money. He's doing what everyone else is doing right now, making money on their own terms. Listen, I'm all for it. We can definitely get into it as we get into it. Because, like I said, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. And I understand that. And I do think that he has a nest egg. I don't think that he's just out here with no money. Now, I definitely don't think that. I just think he's a little bit lazy. He done got used to being, not having to get up at whatever time o'clock and clock in and clock out. That is a luxury. To just do your own thing on your own time, that's a luxury. And I think that he's just become a little bit complacent. He just needs a little push. But I think that he does have a savings, unlike, over in the Swiss Alps. Shout out to season 13. I think that he does have a savings, but he gonna have to get his stuff together, child. Yes, I couldn't, child. Alfred Hitchcock, honey. I can't say it 3 times fast, child. Steve is tired, child. London is tired. I don't blame him, honey. I'm tired too. Zamiria said he likes the RV life. He does. And you know what? There are a lot of people making homes out of these RVs and these buses and these vans. So it can work. But I think somebody made a very valid point in the comments of the video. They said that, because Noy was a refugee and she was in that refugee camp growing up, she doesn't want that. She wants to live like a lifestyle that she can appreciate, not like the one she came from. And I understood that. Ross said, why did Married at First Sight select someone that does not have a job? That should be a disqualification. Because I think, at this time, they probably don't see it as such a big deal. Because listen, there's a way for you to make some money. You can figure out how to get the coin. They make it in your size when you got the coin. So I guess they felt like, you know what? He's going to do what he's going to do. But he's not the first person to be on Married at First Sight that wasn't working. Child, it was lying and everything, talking about they had jobs and didn't have nothing. Zoe said, but he doesn't have an RV. He's in a dented. What happened? He's in a dented in RAV4. Oh, he's in a dented RAV4. Is he? Child, I don't know. Van life, child. He like that van life. The Mrs. Creative. Look, that 9 to 5 Monday through Friday is exhausting. And you got a code switch. Don't you though? Honey, I wish I would put my natural hair out, okay? Phil said, y'all in the comments going up for Steve, but clown Gil, who had a job, Phil, who had a job. My thing about Gil was that he didn't want to aspire to do more. And I didn't like how he was trying to put Mirla down because she wanted to do more. Like, sir, whatever your goals are, let your goals be your goals. But honey, don't try to make it seem like she crazy because she wants to live a life that she's working for. That is nuts. But, child, as soon as I say, Steve, has no aspirations and he doesn't want to do this and he doesn't have, baby, look, I'm not about to fight. I'm not about to fight because my thing is this. I feel how I feel. I said what I said and I ain't changing it. But Gil, I think the reason why it's a problem is because of the way that he was making it seem like Mirla was this princess and oh, she just wants the finer thing. She wants the red bottom. She wants this, that, and the third. But you're not contributing anything. So I mean, why are you even talking about that? But for me, if I had to choose between Gil and Steve, I would probably choose Gil. And you know why? Because Gil has been on several television shows here in Houston. Okay, that's probably how he got on Married at First Sight. I think they painted a little bit of a narrative with Gil and Mira, and they ain't fooling me. Second of all, he has an honest job. He's a firefighter. He saves lives. Honey, he getting a check. Okay, we can work with it. You know, pick up some extra shifts, do what you got to do, but don't put me down because I don't want to sleep on a cot. Okay, that was my issue. I don't want to sleep on a cot. Boy, goodbye. But with Steve, the girl said, I don't want my children to have to worry about money. And Steve instantly said, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not going to be able to take pictures. Like, I'm not, I don't know. No, that's not how this works, Steve. That is not how this works. Issa said, nah, Gil was giving Dusty. Rennie said, yes, only children are not with all the noise and extraness. Hold on, let me go up. I think this is our last couple. Omar said, an hour, huh? I told y'all. I know, it's because I'm long-winded and y'all long-winded right along with me. But this is the last couple, so we'll be finished here in like the next 5 minutes. Thank you so much for all of you joining me on this Thursday night live so we can talk about Married at First Sight. I had to talk about Chris and Alyssa because I was so proud of him. I wanted to see what y'all thought about Jasmina. I wanted to see what you thought about Lindsey. This episode was very interesting to me. It really was. And there are 796 of you just passing by. Oh, child, that went away quickly. 777 of you. Thank you so much. Please like the live on your way out or on your way in. Tell a friend, phone a friend, call a friend, and join us next time. All right, let's see. Let me see what else y'all talking about. Coco said, I just want to point out how accommodating and sweet Steve is being towards Noy without compromising his integrity. He is, Coco. He really is. He has a way about him. I think that's why the people are gravitating more to Steve than they did to Gil. He's not putting her down, he's not condescending. He has a very special way about him. Even when he was trying to make her feel comfortable on the honeymoon when they were in the water, there's something about him that is endearing. It makes you feel a little bit of comfort. So I can understand that. That's why they probably gravitate to Steve more so than Gil. Also, Steve thinks logically because he could have just said to her, oh, I love you too. He said, no, I have very strong feelings for you, but it's been 3 days. Okay, I don't know you like that. Like, girl, slow down, low down. Zoe said, Di Patrice, right. Gil got on TV crying about selling all his stuff, but Mirla said he used the money to buy designer clothes, then couldn't pay their first month's rent in their new place. Did she say that? That must have been on one of them interviews that I didn't watch. She said that? Child, let me find out. Yvette said, I think everyone will be single at the end. You think so? I think Noy and Steve will say yes, and I think Katina and Olajuwon will say yes. The other couples, no. I think Mark is going to surprise us all, and he's going to say no on decision day, and Lindsey is going to say yes. Jasmina and Michael, Jasmina going to say no. That's what I think. And I think Michael might say yes. I don't know. Here we go. Let's go back through them one last time. And y'all tell me when we get to the people, okay, Noy and Steve, yes or no? Drop a Y in the chat or an N in the chat. Do you think these two will say yes or no on decision day? I think they're going to say yes. Phil said Gil didn't have no money, but he had employment. Okay. So y'all think yes. Okay. I think they're going to say yes too. Let's go in reverse. All right. Lindsey and Mark. No. Mark's going to say no. Lindsay's going to say yes. She's going to cry and pitch a fit. It's going to be a whole fool. And yeah, I don't think they're going to make it. I hate to say it and I hate to see it, but I don't think so. All right, moving on. Katina and Olajuwon and Isaac, the throuple. I'm sorry, and that wig, the foursome. I think they're going to say yes. Olajuwon really wants a wife and he really wants to make it work. I think this is a status thing for him. I think this is like the ultimate. So for him, this has to work. And Katina is going to go along because she seems sweet and she's just like, oh no, okay, girl. I think she's going to go along with it. And I think these two will say yes on decision day. What y'all think? A Y or an N? Yvette said no. KL said yes, then no. Yep, I can see that. Yes, then no. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I got to block somebody. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I think somebody got to it before me. Okay, now, wait. Hold on one second. Let me block a troll, child. We don't play that negativity over on this side. Okay, this is a good time. And if you ain't gonna have a good time, then kick rocks, child. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with you. Okay, let me go down. Okay, Nika said Olajuwon and Katina, yes, but they won't last. I see that. All right, let's go back. Jasmina and Michael. Absolutely not. When Pastor Cal got to take off his glasses, you are doomed from the start. You're done. Honey, I do not see these two lasting. It ain't gonna happen, Captain. Mm-mm. Absolutely not. Jasmina and Michael, they get a 0. Okay. If I had a red pen, it'll be a 0 all up and through. No extra credit, none of that. Issa said, I think the not, honey, absolutely not. Mike said, hell no. Hey, Mike. Basandi said, nope. Kiki girl said, heck no. Nah. Ooh, child, we have a resounding no for Jasmina and Michael. Ooh, honey, it ain't looking too good. Oh, here we are. Well, we already know how this goes. And we can just go ahead and put an X because that day was his decision day. And child, that is the end of this live. Thank y'all so much for joining me. We are back to square one with Alyssa and Chris. Child, it's a whole fool. Let's just put them all up here, honey. Except Noy and Steve. They never make the cut. It's not that I don't like Noy and Steve, but they don't usually give me anything. So I just put these couples up here because I know it's going to be a fool. But now that Chris and Alyssa are done, now I can squeeze in Noy and Steve. Thank y'all so much for joining me for this live. Don't forget we are having a Love is Blind live on Saturday. If you have not, check out my Patreon. We are having a good time over there. If you've been over there already, you know that it is a totally different vibe than what is going on the YouTubes. It is a good time. Also, the review for Love is Blind episode 5 will be up for members and and patrons on tomorrow. Okay, so be looking out for that. Thank y'all. I am about to go and get into some other stuff because I have a whole bunch of stuff to do. And also, the review for Real Housewives of New Jersey, that will probably be out on Sunday because I didn't have a chance to watch it. I was too busy trying to do Love is Blind. That was 2 hours. So I had to do both episodes. And then I had to do Married at First Sight. And then I had to do, it was just too much, honey. And then I got to sleep somewhere in there, work, raise a kid. It was too much. So I will catch y'all on the flip side. Thank y'all so much for joining me. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. Night, night, y'all.